Hi guys, welcome back. This is the 13th video of the JavaScript video series. I hope you're enjoying the series. I hope you've subscribed to the channel and you're liking the videos and commenting. You can feel free to comment if you don't understand anything and I'll get back to you ASAP. And today in this video, we're going to take a look at the second part of the JavaScript string methods. We couldn't cover all of the string methods in the last video. That's because we were going over 10 minutes and still couldn't cover all the methods because there are quite a few of them. And in this, so we'll continue in this video, and then probably we'll have to make another video, another part to cover all of the string methods. So as you can see, I've opened up my JS Fiddle window. You can open up the same, and we'll start by writing some code in the JavaScript section. Today we'll look at three different string methods. So one is substring, the other is sub str, which is basically substring but written in a smaller format, but it does slightly different things than substring. And then you have replace. So there are three different methods that we look at. So let's start with substring method, right? So let me write a string here where str equal to, let's take this last string that we took, banana and kiwi. In the last video we've taken this string at the end, towards the end, right? So we'll do where len equal to str dot so the name of the method that I said was substring 7 and 13. Okay, so I'll explain to you what this means. So I'll say document dot write len. Okay, so it's taking banana, basically starting from 7th and ending at 13th. So you might think that this is very similar to slice, which we saw in the last video, and it is. It looks very similar. The only thing with substring is there's one big difference with substring is that it cannot take minus or negative values. With slice, towards the end I'd shown you how negative values work with slice. With substring you can't do that. It won't work. Nothing will come here. Okay, now let's look at sub str, which is slightly different than substring. Okay, so let me show you, and I'll say 7 and 13 here. So you're seeing banana and key. Let me write 15. So it says banana and kiwi, right? But if I say 7 and 15 in slice, it says banana. Right, so what do you think is the difference between slice and subs str? These two functions, what's the difference between them? What do you think? So I'll tell you what's happening here. With slice, which we saw in the last video, what happens is it starts from the 7th position and it goes to 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, right? So it comes here and stops at A. So basically starting from the 7th position and ending at the 15th position. Whereas what happens with sub str is that it starts at the 7th position, right? Which is correct, starts at the 7th position, but it takes a length of 15. So it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's taking 15, a string with the length of 15, and it's taking that and creating substring out of it. I hope that makes sense. So this is the main difference between slice. I'll show it to you again what slice does. Slice starts at 7th and ends at 15th, and sub str. Both create a substring or a slice from a string, but the second parameter in both of these functions has a different purpose. So they do two different things. Now if I say just 7, so this becomes very similar to what slice would have done, right? Check this out. So it has become very similar to slice, right? Because I don't have a second parameter here. Now like as I told you that with substring you can't have a minus value, right? So that's why we have sub str, so we can have a minus value also. So I'll say minus 4. It's going to give me kiwi because it starts from the end and it goes till 4 places and then it gives you kiwi, those 4 letters, right? We can't do that with substring. We can do that with sub str. you can give this minus value parameters. Now we look at replace. So let me take another string here. Please visit Microsoft, and I'll say str.replace, and I can give two values here, which is one is Microsoft and the other can be blah blah. Okay, so it's going to take this string and it's going to find Microsoft and replace it with blah blah. I hope that's clear. This is what replace string method does. And if there were two Microsoft and Microsoft, so you would expect that it will replace blah blah with in both the Microsoft places, right? That's not what happens. It's going to first find the first Microsoft and replace that with blah blah, and the second Microsoft will remain the second Microsoft. So I'll just show you in about 5 minutes how we can replace both of these Microsofts with blah blah. But it's just I wanted to just point out to you that you can't replace all of the Microsofts in a string by just the replace method. You have to do something else to it, so that don't end up making any mistakes. So I just want to show it to you. And now one more thing here is, if I write here Microsoft, which is in capital, right? If I say in caps Microsoft, and I try running it again, it doesn't work at all. It says Microsoft in both the places. This is because it has to JavaScript is case sensitive, so you have to write M capital and then the complete Microsoft. Only then it will recognize as the same value. But if you want to make this work, there is a workaround, and you can put the I escape character here. Not sure why it's not working. Just a second, let me try something. Yeah, so now it works. So you have to remember that you don't have to put these double inverted commas there if you're putting these escape characters. When you say I, it's going to become case insensitive. I is for insensitive, and then it's going to work just like the small like the Microsoft with M capital and everything else small was working. It's working in the same way. I won't edit out these mistakes that I'm making, because then you can also understand where I was having a problem, so that you don't end up making that mistake in your code. So I'm going to leave these videos unedited. And yeah, so I about 5 minutes back I told you that I'll show you how we can replace both of the Microsofts, or as many number of Microsofts as are here, in just one go, and we can do that using G global. So globally is going to replace Microsoft in the string everywhere, right? So that also didn't work. Now let me see why. Okay, so Microsoft, because we can't have I and G at the same time. So now it says blah blah and blah blah, which is basically Microsoft. It's going to replace with blah blah, and Microsoft again with blah blah. If we don't have G here, you've seen what happens, right? On only one place it replaces that, right? So I hope you've understood. You'll have to remove these, and then you have to apply the G, and then it works in both places, right? So I hope you'll remember I and G. So now let me try if I and G work together. I've not done this before. Let me see if I can write I and G at the same time at the same place. So basically it makes it case insensitive, so it's going to match Microsoft. That's what I'm trying to do at least. And G is going to match multiple instances of Microsoft and going to replace all of them. Let's see if that works. So yeah, it works. I and G, you can use them together. Sorry, it's a new find. I didn't know you could do that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and do subscribe to this channel. In the next video again, I think we'll have to cover some more JavaScript string methods, and thank you for watching.